It's time! Oh, yeah!
Welcome to the Joy Buzzer.
Could it be? Could it be? It is out of here!
I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
At the 20, at the 15, 10-5, touchdown!
My brain just sparkles. And now for our feature presentation.
Give me a hell, give me a yeah. We're live with the Joy Buzzer. Nikki Cola.
How's it going? I may be a little glitchy tonight. I'm not sure yet.
We'll see the instigator MC.
That's what Joe Perry was doing a couple hours ago.
I am the commission for the record. That was not my post.
I think it was.
For those of you
I think
looking
you're
on
lying.
Facebook, you'll know what I'm talking about.
We didn't post it on our Facebook page.
This is the Joy Buzzer live in beautiful Cherry Hill at the Connecticut School of Broadcasting
New Jersey.
Joycey.
in Jersey, home of the worst drivers on the planet.
Wow. Got a lot of balls.
Tell me I'm wrong. Rob
You're-
C, tell me
you're
I'm
wrong.
wrong.
You're not.
Thank you.
He's
They're
wrong.
almost as bad as
He's wrong.
Massachusetts drivers. So if anybody from Massachusetts wants to call in and dispute that, please do.
What's the number?
How to get a hold of us?
What's the number?
Oh,
Wow.
I don't have it out. Nikki, how else do they watch it?
Repeat it to me, Rob.
It's on the screen.
856
Watch your
I can't
screen.
screen. It's on delay.
Watch your
It's on
screen.
delay.
4749.
What is it, Kamish?
856 330 4749. Nikki Cola, how else do they find us?
They find us on iTunes and Stitcher is where you want to hear the old podcast, the new podcast.
Look at this.
Maybe even the future podcast will somehow be
phone
up
number.
It's a
there.
blank piece of paper.
I was about to say, that's what I got in my bag, a blank piece of paper.
That's better than the old piece of paper you used to have. It turned to
That's
dust.
still in here.
It turned to
somewhere.
dust. Is it crumbs in the bottom of your thing now?
I don't even see it.
Look for it. Can you find it?
And just so
think
you
it's
all know,
crumbs.
we're starting with the Eagles tonight.
There it is. Told you. Told you he was going to make that decision. We didn't need to do it.
You're goddamn right.
There it is.
'Cause the
I found it.
there
I
it
found
is.
the phone number.
What is it?
It's 856
Uh-huh.
330
Right?
4749.
Okay, give us a call.
Please.
We'll
give us
chat.
a call.
We'll talk.
If I answer the phone.
Well, but yeah, if Nikki sees the blinking button back there.
It's a lot to follow the blinking button, all right?
Say
You're
that
not
five
supposed-
times
and,
fast.
and as long as we don't
Find the blinking button
You're
back
not
there.
supposed to touch the blinking button, right? The
Right.
red flashing light.
the
you're not
red
supposed to
shiny
touch.
button.
Right. Don't touch.
the red shiny button.
No touchy.
That's what I was told.
Oh man.
So our beloved Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles laid an egg.
What are we starting with first?
Laid an egg.
Well, first of all, let's spray this out here already.
Okay, go ahead.
Because we know there's a couple of, as we in Philly call them all, cockroaches laying about. So tonight's show is of course, we're going to be the raid to all those Cowboy fans who want to call in,
I like it.
crawl out of the woodwork and stuff.
There you go.
And yeah, this is what we're going to be. We're coming.
Resistance.
We're going to be the
Please
resistance.
become immune to some insecticides. They're called resistant.
You wanna make something of
Yeah, we're going to
So
make
we
something out of
Raid
Cowboys
Fogger
fans.
Tougher. Ordinary foggers don't have Raid's powerful formula
That's us.
to kill resistant
Did,
bugs
wait a
dead.
minute, did that commercial say no ordinary fuckers?
Wow.
Did it?
I don't know, maybe.
Raid!
Fogger kills even
Raid?
resistant bugs dead.
So so we're gonna kill all those roaches that feel like they need to come out tonight and crow. Call out of the
'Cause
woodwork.
to know that
Call us.
we don't have a shot of making the playoffs. You sure as hell don't have a shot
You
of making the
have no
playoffs.
shot.
Well, that's the question. Did that loss last Sunday knock us out of the playoffs?
Yes. Well, according to you last week, yes.
Okay.
Because you said we had to win out the division.
I still think that was the case. And
So if we didn't win out the division, then we're not making the playoffs.
I still think
In your opinion.
I still think there's a sliver of a chance that we do.
I
We
didn't-
just have to win games.
I didn't
Honestly,
think we need to win out the division. So, I mean, if we can win these next 5 games in the division,
They're
then
good.
yeah.
yeah, but you know what? We're 2 games behind the Redskins. That's a lot to make up.
Yeah, but it's still the Redskins.
But we
Who
played
knows what
them
they're going to
twice,
be?
though.
Yeah,
True.
we still have 2 games
we
against
still,
them.
we still
And
have two
you know
games
what?
against them.
Every year we split with them. Every year.
Right.
Not every year.
Fact check. Every year we split with the
let's get
Redskins.
started already.
There was that
do your own homework.
2004 when we swept the division.
Oh,
so.
please. You're going back 14
Oh,
years.
yeah, I was going to say, how many years ago
You're
is
going
that?
back 14 years.
You said no, you said they would split. And I just proved you
Nicky
wrong.
was in diapers.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. A young joke. Oh, ho, ho.
Joe Perry was still alive. I mean, Joe Perry was not in the hospital
Right.
14 years ago. Actually, he may have been.
Possibility.
It
Yeah.
probably was.
He probably fell off a stage somewhere.
Or OD'd.
So what? Any takeaways at all from this game?
Yeah, the defense stinks.
At all?
Everybody blames the offense. I put that solely on the defense.
No.
I put
This
it
is a whole.
solely on the
I've
defense.
said it all year.
Yes.
This is a team effort collapse because when the defense plays well, that offense doesn't do anything. And then when you ask the defense to hold a team in the second half of games, they
can't.
collapse. It's a total team effort here.
Our biggest thing was stop Elliott. And we didn't do that once in the second half. 151 yards he had, averaging 8 yards almost. I was just, the guy's a monster. And for our top run defense, didn't really pan out so well for him.
You know what? He's good. He ain't that good. He's not 151 yards against the so-called top 5 rushing defense in the league. I don't think he is that good. I think that offensive line isn't that good for Dallas. I think they've been better in recent years, but this year it's not. We sucked.
Yeah.
There's, I believe that Dallas went into halftime, made the right adjustments, came out and kicked our ass.
It sucked, and we still
that
only lost by
hurts.
7. Yeah, we're not making.
Well,
I said that
here's
earlier.
the thing.
The team's not making the right adjustments at halftime.
They-
Go ahead.
They no, go ahead, Nick.
No, you go first.
No, you
No,
first.
no.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
shoot.
Ah.
All right,
Oh,
there you go.
Christ,
Rock,
I've been here for a
paper,
year.
scissors, shoot.
Ah,
yeah,
no,
shoot.
right,
Ah,
one more
yeah.
time. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All
Ah,
right, yeah. All right, you go, Nick.
All right. I forget what I was going to say there. I said it earlier in the year. The slow starts didn't bother me when they made the halftime adjustments. Their halftime adjustments got much worse than the first half this time.
Yeah.
Now there's an issue. Now we got a problem.
Yeah. You know what? To me, thank God we won a Super Bowl. I think last year we caught lightning in a bottle. This team is a lot younger than last year's team. This year, a lot younger. This year's average age is like 23 and a half. I mean, you got your veterans, your Jenkins, your Chris Long, those guys.
Peters.
Right, but
Cax.
everybody else is in the early 20s. So I mean, this team is young.
Yeah.
And I think losing guys like LeGarrette Blount and
Right.
Torrey Smith, those guys, they had accountability. They were the veterans. They were the guys that people turn to. They don't have that this year.
So now you wish we still had Torrey
No.
Smith.
Don't say no.
We're putting
Torrey
those words
Smith-
in his mouth now.
Torrey Smith
Apparently.
sucked out loud.
Right.
But
Now we got Mike Wallace to back him up. Oh, wait.
wait a
Never mind. Hold on.
they, these guys have been through the wars. Like Garrett Blount, Super Bowl champion a couple times over.
2 times in a row.
Right.
Right.
So I mean, they've been around the block, so they know these things. The guys they have now, okay, they won a Super Bowl. That's great, but when times of adversity, they had no adversity last year. I mean, yeah, they had some injuries, but they had an easy schedule. They blew through it, 13-3. Last game of the season was nothing. this year they're facing adversity, and they're crumbling.
Well,
Yeah.
the one big difference against that playoff run and what's going on now is that your primo quarterback of the future is starting now, right? And
Yes.
and that was the thing last year. Nick Foles replaced him. He was having an MVP year. Wentz was last year. Got replaced by Foles. Foles caught the lightning in the bottle. But now this offense this year with Wentz, is it underperforming?
No running game.
I would
That's
go.
the- that's
That's
the-
no running game. I mean, he still threw for 360 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Right. He outperformed Dakota
Well, by a lot.
By a lot.
By a
But
hell of a lot.
he dropped back over 50 times.
Right.
That's way too many.
Well, I mean, we know we lost. We didn't have Lane Johnson. We lost. The offensive line is gone, and there's no run game to help him.
That's right. Yeah.
That's a major difference from
True.
last year.
Josh Adams, your boy from Notre Dame, led the team with 47 rushing yards on 7 carries.
7.
Yep.
7 carries. You're not going to win that. And what about how many carries did each running back have?
Corey Clement had 5. Little Penis had 2.
Wentz had to.
That's 14 carries. That's 14 carries, not including Wentz. That's 14 carries.
Right.
You're not going to win with just running the ball 14 times.
Right. Well, we don't have a running back.
Going to win.
We don't have a running back. We have 6 receivers now.
Or we have the same running back. And I've said that before. Even if you had a healthy Sproles this year, you don't have a switch up back. You don't have a big back. Ajayi, when Ajayi got hurt, they needed to go out and get a big bruiser back.
Yeah,
They needed
absolutely.
to find their LeGarrette Blount, or they needed to trade for Le'Veon Bell, and they didn't do it. And that falls on front
On Howie.
office, that on Howie
Yes.
not doing his job
It's
this year.
blatantly obvious that we definitely needed a running back more than we needed
A wide receiver.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
or somebody to just catch
Because
the ball.
we could have picked up a better wide receiver. In my opinion, I think I would have rather had Josh Gordon than the guy we got from Detroit there.
Tate.
Golden Tate.
Than Golden Tate.
Yeah.
He's
Honestly,
a lot younger.
Honestly, I would have rather had Amari Cooper. I'll be honest with you. Amari Cooper's about 5 years younger than Golden Tate. There's a bigger upside with Amari Cooper.
Right.
I
think Dallas won that battle.
Yeah, but they gave up a first
They gave
round
up
draft
first
pick
round.
There you
No.
go.
for almost kind of the same
Right.
caliber
And,
player.
and really, what did he do in that,
And you-
game against the Eagles?
And you can't go by that because it was Golden Tate's first game. You knew you weren't going to see him a ton, but that would have been the big difference between a wide receiver and a running back. Or we would have got a running back. You would have seen him a lot more because it's take this ball, go run that way.
Right.
Whereas a wide receiver's got to learn routes.
Hit the A gap. Hit the
Yeah.
B
Right.
gap.
Right. So
And-
a running back would have been huge
in that
right now.
game,
for
right?
this.
Because you need that changeup, or else every defense is now going to say, "All right, let's see if Wentz can beat us."
That's right.
They're not worried about the running
Nope.
game. They're going to play nickel and dime packages the rest
Sure.
of the year, or they're gonna spy them and do what Dallas did, where that linebacker came out of like nowhere,
Yep.
and he totally missed it.
Going that route, though, I mean, Wentz will beat them. Then the defense just doesn't hold.
Well, they made the
So-
adjustments, and that's one thing. The offense made the adjustment. I just don't like the fact that the offense comes out and sputters for a half.
Mm-hmm.
They got to make an adjustment, make a big comeback, and this year the defense lets them down.
Did anybody see any linebacker make a tackle? I didn't see a linebacker.
I saw a
make
Cowboy
tackle.
linebacker make.
No,
it.
I mean Eagles. Look,
Yeah.
did they show defensive stats there? How many tackles each player had? And tell me how many of our linebackers
Hey,
had.
you're asking too much there.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
He's got to find other stats.
I'll find
Okay,
it.
let's see.
No, the thing that killed me,
Talk amongst yourselves.
which is normal all year long for the big hits.
Is Nigel Bradham?
When you
He's a linebacker.
Yeah, right.
th-
Yeah.
that third and whatever early in the game or whenever it was,
Yeah,
Darby tries to hit Cooper as hard as he can instead of tackling him. They pick up the first down. That leads to a scoring play.
Mhm.
If he would have just tackled the guy instead of being on Sports Center top plays for a big hit, if he would have tackled him like the way Bennett sacked Prescott, that drive's over. They don't have points.
You're
Excellent.
taught in Pee Wee football, wrap him up.
Right.
Wrap-
And
hit
all he
wrap.
did was
Wrap 'em up.
lower his head and hit him as hard as he could, and he
Well,
bounced off him and kept
You know
running.
what? Darby's out for the year. We don't have to worry about him anymore.
That's
what,
right.
What do you got over there?
I don't wanna say
Nigel
good,
Bradham
but-
actually led the Eagles in tackles.
Really?
Yep, 8 tackles, 2 assists.
Never saw him.
Followed by Rasul Douglas and Malcolm Jenkins. So when you're secondary,
Yeah, there's your secondary.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because I don't think Jordan Hicks' name was called once.
Jordan Hicks made 3 tackles, 4 assists.
That's not enough. That's not your linebackers. Got to average at least 10 tackles a game. Got to.
Elliott was running by
And
him.
that Bouger Hill, whatever the guy's name is, Bouger Hill,
Camus, he had 1 tackle, 1 assist.
1 tackle. There's your starting Mike linebacker. 1 tackle.
Elliott was running by those
not gonna-
guys.
It's not going to get it done.
Elliott was into the second.
Yeah.
He was back to the safeties by
Which
the
is-
time it was get ready for.
Which is why I pinned this loss on the defense. Let me tell you something, and I think you guys will
Yeah, because
agree.
I mean the offense put up 20 points.
The Dallas Cowboys are not good enough to put 27 points up on the Eagles, normally. They did it on Sunday night, but the Eagles should have had their way with this team. The Dallas Cowboys
Should've.
have one weapon, Elliott. That's it. Dak Prescott stinks. Amari Cooper, while he'll get better, still not very good because he's just too new.
He doesn't have a good guy throwing to him.
Cole Beasley, who's their tight end? Rob C? I don't know who he is.
Yeah, who is their tight end?
I have no Alan Hearns. Is that
No,
a tight end?
that's a wide receiver. He's-
Michael
No, the-
Gallup.
The dude that destroyed
Dalton
us was the guy that
Schultz.
replaced Lee for them. He ruined us.
Yeah.
He got through 2 blockers that would have picked up a first down.
Mm-hmm.
He ran through 2 guys. It was a 3-on-1, and he beat us. It was a bad game.
It was a piss poor effort.
Yeah, it really was. It was not
Not happy with it.
Terrible.
not decent at all.
Nope.
It was just so this
week,
after this one building up to again division game. So who knows it goes. Now we go take on the New Orleans Saints.
this is a must win. We absolutely, if we have any hope, which I don't think we do, any hope of making the playoffs, we've got to win this game.
But we're known for beating teams and winning games that we shouldn't.
Can you pull up the record, the Eagles' record?
They're 4-5.
No. I want to know conference record
Oh,
because I got to believe
yeah,
they
stab
have
me.
not won. They've won 1 conference game. That was the Giants game. It was a division game.
Right.
But everybody, other conference opponents, they've lost.
yeah.
Yeah. Give me a second. I'll pull it up for you.
Tampa Bay, Carolina, Minnesota.
Yep.
They've all lost those games.
Right.
And 2 of them, Carolina and Minnesota, were at home.
Yeah.
We're on a 3-game losing streak at the Link. We didn't lose a game there last year.
Different season.
Truth.
Very
but
different season.
Your
Right.
home turf, you should be protected. Go ahead.
The Eagles are 2-4 in the conference.
2-4. Giants. Who's the other one?
I can't go back that far. Come on.
I can't think of who else they won against.
Let's see who else did they play.
Jaguars.
They're not in our conference.
Right.
And we beat them.
I'm just yelling things out now.
Did we play the Falcons? Did we beat?
Oh, we beat the Falcons opening night.
Opening
night. Yes.
Yeah,
So that's it. So 2-4 in the conference.
Don't touch
That's
me,
a
brother.
shit record. We've got to win against that one. We've got to win just because it's a conference record.
well, yeah, they definitely need to. Yeah, 2-4 is not going to do it.
Do you see any shot in the hell of us beating the Saints right now?
None.
Especially since we couldn't stop the run against Elliott, and now we have a 2-headed monster that we got to go up and face.
Right.
And a
Well-
guy that can throw deep all day long. Right.
No, nothing.
I was gonna,
Yeah.
There really is.
I thought you were about to say something there. That's why
I was about to say, yeah. and our secondary. Yeah,
He's not the best in the business for nothing, folks.
That's right. well, we get one guy back in the secondary, but
Sydney.
but we
lose
lost
Darby.
and now we've got a couple other guys out there that have to step up, and
not.
it's not going to happen.
It's
and
not
honestly,
last year.
And the offense has to. They've got to match. They got to go down there and say we have got to match, just like they did, like Foles did in the
Which
Super Bowl.
they did.
They've got to match point for point going down the field.
And I
with the
think they
Saints.
can against
I think
New
it goes
Orleans.
down to the defense because it is. I mean, when we finally scored a touchdown, Dallas scored a touchdown. We answered back with a touchdown, so we were
That's-
matching.
I think
It's just nothing could hold. We couldn't hold them.
we can put points on this defense. I just don't see how we stop them at all. I think New Orleans' punter has a day off on Sunday. It's just my feeling.
I could see, yeah, because they'll probably be in our zone most of the day,
Yeah.
and why not go for it? It's potential for extreme blowout,
Yeah.
or you won't see any defense at all in either of these teams.
This could be a 45-35 game. It could be.
Right.
And Saints have been blowing people out.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
right now.
scored
They
51,
laid 52 on Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Right.
Who is in the AFC is still pretty much a playoff contender.
Yeah, they're no pushover, or at least not AFC
No,
North
they're
wise.
5-4.
Right.
They're just behind Pittsburgh in that
Right.
division.
So New Orleans can put the ball in the end zone. There's no question about it. They have between Ingram, Kamara, That's two really, really good running backs.
Now,
You got Drew Brees, who's been around forever.
right. I mean, granted, they had to go try and find another wide receiver. Their wide receiver core has been a little decimated by injuries. They went out and tried to get
Good old Dez.
good old Dez, and that didn't work out. But I think they did try and pick up somebody else. So.
They had to. That's the only thing that may save us is
Yeah.
our
Right.
corners won't get
But
burned because they don't have anybody to burn our corners.
But even with mediocre receivers, that's still Drew Brees back there. I mean, he could make a mediocre receiver look really good.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, was it New Orleans who signed Brandon Marshall? Didn't
I
they?
believe so.
Yeah.
yes, that's what it was. Brandon Marshall.
Yeah.
They went after.
It's not going to be
Which
a
where was
major
he still
difference. but-
playing, or did
Yeah,
they
he
sign
got
him from
he
somewhere?
got released by the Seahawks.
So he got released.
Yeah, he was still
So he-
playing. I mean, he has 3 touchdowns this year. Just hey, it's better than some of our receivers.
I think I have 3 touchdowns this year.
You can play with the Eagles.
Yeah. All right. I'll have Wentz throw to me. That'd be cool.
But yeah,
I think that's the only thing that may go in our favor. Is clearly our run defense was not there whatsoever, but if they can't throw the ball deep on us, then that may save us.
why can't they
yeah.
throw the ball deep on us?
If they don't have any receivers,
They got Michael Thomas.
man,
I personally,
throw 9 guys on them.
I thought beginning of the year, I thought Michael Thomas sucked. I thought during the fantasy football drafts, I said, "Oh, how he stinks."
I think everybody sucks.
I kind of regretting that now. He's put up he has great numbers. He's a pretty good receiver, I got to say. It's he's become Drew Brees' number 1 weapon.
I was gonna say it's Drew Brees throwing to him.
Right.
Right.
And who is their tight end is
Fleener, right?
is it Kobe Fleener?
Is it Kobe
Fleener.
Fleener? I think.
Oh, fact check.
Fact check.
What? Fact check.
Fact check. Kobe Fleener.
Fleener.
And Benjamin Watson or someone too, wasn't it?
I think
could be
Dick Hertz
wrong.
is on that team too.
Hey, there he is. He
What do
makes
you-
an appearance.
He's got a sighting every week.
It's pretty good.
Thank God for old DH.
That's it. A prince among men, just like Joe Perry,
Oh,
a one of a kind.
All right, now the question is, gentlemen, who wins? Who
I
wins
don't
this
know.
game?
The guy that probably doesn't have his cell phone on.
Well, I myself went on just in case.
Oh, okay. Just in case what?
Because Jimmy Butler was just introduced to the Philly fans. We'll get to Jimmy Butler in a little bit. Everybody relax. Especially Nick. He's all excited over there.
yeah, hey,
His toes are tingling.
yeah, that's it.
So which team wins, Nick?
Saints.
Who do you got?
It's the Saints. I really can't pull for the Eagles this week because just what happened again. I know it's division, it's Dallas, it's whatever, but I don't see us have any real shot against the Saints, unfortunately.
You have a score?
A very lot to a very lot. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. I just still think the Saints are going to probably win by like 3 touchdowns.
All right, fair enough. Instigator, who you got?
Well, the instigator's going to look into his crystal ball here, and I'm going to predict a big-time Eagles win. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take it, and we're going to run the ball with Little Penis and your boy Adams. And the offense is finally going to get on gear in the first half, and the defense is just going to do just enough to maybe stop Drew Brees in the second half. And they squeak by with a surprising win against those New Orleans Saints.
You're going for a shocker?
Hey,
A shocker?
shock and all, baby.
I really hope you're right on that one. I don't think you are. I think New Orleans wins this game. I think it's going to be like a 30-27 win.
30?
30-27.
You think they're only going to put up 30?
30-27. That's where I'm going.
No way.
Again, I hope Rob C's right more than
It's
anybody.
going to be in the 40s. Where do you think Intern Z's going on this one?
You know what? I think he's probably picking the Saints.
You going to give him the Saints?
Yeah,
I was going to give him the
Saints.
Birds, but okay.
I was thinking Birds, too.
Rob C
No.
said Saints. He called it out first.
Saints?
Give,
All
him,
right.
give him the
I think
Saints.
the intern's smart enough to take the Saints.
I don't think he wants to take the Saints, but I think he's gonna. I think he'd
Wow.
rather take.
Going out on a ledge there? You're the only one picking Eagles?
He'd rather take the Eagles.
Yeah, that's right.
You're going to need
Oh.
help after last week. Somebody's back in the mix.
Oh dear. Oh, we'll
I
find that.
took
We'll
a week
tease
off.
that.
Now I had to come back and get in the mix.
You're so far out of the mix.
That's because you guys knew it, so you screwed me. You guys knew I was going
Right.
to kick your ass.
You're so far out of
Yeah,
the
that's it.
mix.
Yeah, what do you got? What do you got?
Joe, I was gonna do
Oh,
Joe Perry.
no, I got
Joe Perry.
Joe Perry's guitar has more of a mix in here.
Wow.
Joe Perry's guitar has better picks than you do,
Horrible.
and they're on its neck. That's terrible.
That's
Oh,
awful.
Terrible.
Oh,
Terrible.
man.
Especially
That's
because he's still
terrible.
alive, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Someone check that, please.
I'm gonna give myself a buzz for that.
Can we get a fact check on that?
Let me give myself a buzz for that.
Nick, you call Joe Perry during a break and make sure he's still with us.
I wish
I gotta
you know what?
contact.
If Joe Perry is alive, I wish Joe Perry would call into the Joy Buzzer tonight, and just to reassure his 3 biggest fans that he's still alive.
Who, you, Nick, and the wallpaper? I'm no fan of Joe Perry's.
What? No wonder he wants to die.
How are you not a fan of? You don't like Aerosmith?
I'm okay with her.
Dude,
Take him or
no,
leave him.
don't
take
be
him
bad
or-
mouthing people at this show.
Take him
I
or
don't-
So hold on.
leave them.
Wait a
Can't mouth
second.
Anybody.
Hold on. Sean doesn't like someone?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, all right.
Oh, boy, where do you see what I don't like coming up later on in the show? Where do you see what I don't like?
That's a little shocking, Sean,
It's
not
really-
liking someone. Yeah, I'm shocked.
That is shocking.
Color me shocked.
Wow.
Shock
man.
me, shock me.
Man,
Nah,
so
I'll pay.
it's been a terrible week here in Philly for sports teams.
Little bit.
With the Birds losing to the Roaches, and
The cockroaches.
the cockroaches. But we'll talk a little further.
It's been an
when we get
interesting
to
week.
potpourri.
Yeah,
Maybe an interesting week.
we got some stuff to talk about. We got a lot
Absolutely.
of stuff to
But
talk
before
about.
we do that, we got to make our picks.
That's-
But we'll do that in our next segment, right, Nikki?
Sure.
That was beautiful.
I feel like I want to cry.
That was just
That's it.
beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing.
All right, we'll be right back
Should
after these messages.
Hold on, we got to
Oh.
we got to blow the horn to end the period.
End the segment.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
You're listening to the Joy Buzzer, sports talk with a buzz.
Just admit it. What you're doing right now is working, but it's not ideal. Before attending the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, I worked retail, and now I'm working for a major radio station in the Philadelphia market. There's a campus right here in the Philadelphia area. Visit gocsb.com or call 1-800-TV-RADIO.
I am the commish.
And I'm Rob C, the instigator.
Nicky Cola over here.
And we are the Joy Buzzer, the premier sports talk show, sports talk with a buzz.
And if you like our new Sports Talk channel here on YouTube Live, please subscribe.
And if for some crazy reason you like the show, smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get our notifications so when we go live, you're right here with us.
And we're back with the Joy Buzzer live. It's Friday night. We're in the beautiful Cherry Hill, Connecticut School of Broadcasting. I was trying to go get a segue there, and it wasn't computing.
I say it sounded like a little bit. It was there but not there.
And this is the
You were
part of-
trying.
this is the time of the show, the part of the show where we find out how shitty our picks were last week, and how good
Speak
some
for
picks were.
Speak for yourself.
And how good picks. Some picks were pretty good. Some picks weren't very good.
Hey, speak for yourself on that one.
All right. So, Nicky Cola, what do you got over there?
Yeah.
What do
so
you got?
You want the good news or you want the bad news?
Give me the.
Bad
Just
news.
give me news.
Well, Zach went 5-8.
Ah, good for Zach.
Good for Zach.
Yeah, we picked them bad teams, and he was the only one that got the Cleveland game right.
Attaboy, young Zach.
Way to go, intern.
And you two over there went 7-6.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well,
good,
yeah, well, I'll
good,
take the winning
respectable.
record.
Not bad, not bad.
Respectable.
I'll take a winning record there.
Not bad. And I went 9-4,
Ooh.
making up some ground on the
You know,
overall
just-
ranking.
Who's doing the rank? Who's doing the keeping the track of that?
He is.
Don't be
Right,
butthurt.
yeah.
You know, the guy who went 9-4 is the one keeping track of things.
You're at 500 overall right now,
Should
at
we
least.
be a little skeptical?
Yes, you should be.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't remember how to count most of the time, so.
You are from New Jersey.
And you should be happy, though. You're 68 and 68 now.
Okay. Oh.
And two.
Ooh, 500. Look at that.
Yeah, but
see?
I went one more.
on each side, right? Imagine those two ties
That's
were
right.
a win and a loss for a team.
Exactly.
That'd be
Right,
like, oh my god,
bastards.
69, 69.
You know what comes after 69, right?
What?
Mouthwash.
Booyah! I think that's an Aerosmith song, isn't it? Love you, Joe.
Loving a mouthwash.
Loving an elevator.
Loving it up while I'm going down.
Down.
Now the video for that song is tremendous. I love the video.
The Love in the Elevator one?
Yeah, I love that video. Some really, really hotties on there. All right, now it's the time of the
Well,
show.
Yes.
What part of the show are we into, Nick? Where are we at? What are we doing? Where are we going,
I
Nick?
don't
Help us
know.
out.
What do you want to do?
Next game.
We're talking Flyers. What?
What? Who? Why is it all of a sudden it went dead quiet?
It did get that quiet. A little bit.
What the hell? First game.
Can you stop? You're shaking the camera.
I'm dancing.
It looks like
First
an earthquake
game.
in here.
First
I'm
game.
dancing.
First game. First game. Those Cincinnati Bengals
Look at
travel
the camera bound.
Baltimore
Look at the camera bound.
to take on the Ravens. Go, Commish.
Are we singing again?
The Bungles and the Ravens.
That's right.
And the Ravens with a iffy Joe Flacco. He is questionable.
Possible, yeah. Injured and right? Isn't he a little hurt? But then possibly, like, maybe benching him?
Yeah, it's a possibility. I'm definitely taking Cincinnati this game.
To
just
bring in
because,
their-
the Bengals are iffy. I mean, the Ravens are iffy right now. You can't really trust them.
And the Bengals have to lick their wounds after getting an ass
blown out.
thumping.
Yeah. Oh,
taken,
yeah.
Taken to the woodshed, as
Yeah.
some people would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should bounce back.
So I'm going with the Bungles.
Yeah, I got Bengals.
I
Bengals.
also have the
So
Bengals.
good old Zach has the Ravens. Good for Zach.
Way to go.
Nice, decent.
Stepping out,
I mean,
stepping out on a limb there.
they still got a shot because it seems like they still win.
Nothing on.
Get over here. Get over here.
No touchy.
Put me on camera.
No touchy.
Get over here.
Hey!
Get over here. What time is it?
Next game.
It's time for next game. Those fucking cow bitches. Those cow bitches travel to Atlanta. Take on the Falcons.
I don't
With all their little cockroachy fans.
I don't know what to think here. Because what Atlanta hasn't been who we thought they were.
Yeah, they're not who we thought
Atlanta
they were.
got stomped
And-
by Cleveland.
and yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
did
lost
get.
to Cleveland.
They got blown
Gosh.
out by Cleveland too. That's what I mean. Like they get blown out by Cleveland, and
It's,
now probably Dallas is riding so high that they think they're a decent team. I don't.
but this is the
This could
second
be a-
road game for Dallas.
This could be a tie.
Ugh.
Can I go tie? Is that are we allowing that anymore?
No.
Why not? Because I don't see anything good coming from this game.
I'm taking the Falcons, but I really think Dallas wins this game. I'm just taking
Oh, how
the
dare you.
Falcons because
You wanna
Dallas
give
is 2
Zach-
weeks. No, Dallas is 2 weeks in a row of being on the road.
Yeah, and you know what? And the Falcons can have a bounce back game. They
Right.
got to realize, holy cow, we just lost to the Browns.
Yep.
They didn't lose to the Browns.
Yeah.
Got destroyed by
Got
the
their
Browns
Ass kicked by the Browns.
after they fired their coach.
Right.
Right, exactly.
Oh my! Wait a minute.
Jeez.
You really think that was it?
Maybe.
Fired their coach and they
maybe.
blow out Atlanta?
Maybe.
Maybe that's it.
That's what the
So
second game with the new coach.
I'm taking Atlanta.
I'm going to take Atlanta as well.
Where you going there, young Nicholas?
I don't want to go Dallas, but I think I have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Atlanta just getting romped that's got to be in their heads a little bit.
And we're giving the intern Dallas also.
Yeah, he loves the Cowboys.
He's a Cowboy.
Ooh.
He's a Cowboy
Oh.
fan.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
that's bad news.
that was
then.
Yeah.
painful.
He loved Tony Romo.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ah.
mercy.
Yeah.
And because of that, next game.
Next game, Tampa Bay with that crab leg stealing, uber molested,
Bench riding.
Heisman Trophy winning, bench riding.
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston
Still on the bench, right?
Still on the bench.
travel up
me your
to
belts.
New York to take on Saquon Barkley, because that's how we're gonna do it all year now for the rest of the year.
Oh, hey, Odell had a great game Monday night against those 49ers. Just saying.
What does that mean?
I'm still taking Tampa Bay. I'm just saying Odell had a great game against the Niners. But I'm taking Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I got Fitzmagic.
I hate to say it, I'm taking Saquon Barkley.
Attaboy.
Saquon Barkley has baseball bugs.
So is Zach. Zach's taking Saquon Barkley also.
Yeah, because he loves Saquon Barkley.
He does.
They lost to Washington last week. Tampa Bay did.
Yes, they did. Didn't even score a touchdown last week.
No, and I definitely believe that Washington is a much better team than the Giants.
Okay.
So that's why I think Tampa Bay should win.
All right.
Give me a round.
Next game. Those Pittsburgh Steelers, division leading Pittsburgh Steelers, go down to Jacksonville to take on Blake Bortles.
Who had a monsters game last week.
That's it.
Don't put a theme song. Don't put a theme song. Don't put a
What do
theme
you?
song. Don't put a theme song.
Why would you say it?
Why would you say it?
You saying is
Why would you
encouraging
say
us
it?
to play it. There it is. So is Jacksonville back to the best team in the league for you?
No,
Yes. Is Jacksonville the best team
They're
in the
the
league?
Eagles right now. The two of them are, they were the favorites to come out of each division, each conference.
Not so much now?
No, not at all. I don't know what the hell's wrong with Jacksonville.
That's because you dubbed them the best team in the league.
Yeah, you
I might have been because I don't really know how to fix them.
Jinxie McGrath
Aside
here.
What'd you
from getting
do?
rid of- You got to get rid of the quarterback, but I don't think it's Blake Bortles'
He
fault.
had a great game last
Right.
week.
I don't know what you would
Who's
do.
their backup? It doesn't matter.
Who their
I thought it was
backup
you.
It may be. I didn't receive a phone call yet, but it may be coming still.
So this is another one I hate to pick, but I'm taking the Schittsburg Steelers.
Yeah, I think you have to in
And
this
that
one.
really hurts.
Is
You
that
know what? Honestly, I'm going to go with the Jags. I think they're finding their footing.
They just lost to the Colts. Badly.
I think they're still going to find their footing.
All right. We're going to give
Or-
Zach Pittsburgh, by the way.
What?
We're going to give Zach Pittsburgh.
Give him the Jaguars with me.
Wow, see, so that means he has no faith in Jacksonville. That's why he doesn't want.
I want Zach to
that-
have at least one win this
That
week.
what we did to him last week, he came out with 5.
That's right.
He had a couple solo wins last week.
We're going to give him the Steelers. I think it's just being nice. Next game!
Next game, those Houston Texans travel to Washington to take on that team.
The Redskins.
That team.
Whatever.
I like that.
Go fuck
The
yourself.
That team.
Washington Redskins.
Go fuck yourselves.
Houston's playing well.
Houston's playing very well.
This should be good. This should be. Is this the game of the week?
No.
No. Both kind of decent teams.
No.
No.
I don't think
No.
We'll look it back at the end.
No.
Sixers
no.
by 16. What?
No.
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 No. Superman no here.
No.
No.
Me sorry, Mr. Griffin. Superman no here.
So what do you see in this game then? Because I see two decent teams. I see a hell of a game.
Maybe just the Redskins stink. Didn't you say the Redskins stink? The Eagles should catch them and beat them and pass them and all
Beat
that?
them.
No,
Twice.
I said that Washington is a better team than the Giants.
No, I mean,
so
back when we were
Tam-
talking about the Eagles.
we were talking about the Eagles today?
A little bit.
Just a little bit? Not a lot?
A little bit. A little bit.
I don't remember what we
I
talked
don't
about
know
so far.
either. Well, who do you got? Who you thinking? You guys.
Well, if we need a shot, then I'm going Houston.
Okay.
That would help us tremendously.
I think Houston's a much better team, and on the road, I think they can go in there and beat Washington.
I think Houston's found their niche. I think it's they realize their defense is coming along. What's his place? Deshaun Watson's starting to play really, really well. Who's the wide receiver they picked up last month?
Yeah,
Richard Hurts, I think his name is.
For
Oh.
Christ's sake. No.
Wow, he's playing on that team too.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
good?
I can't think of the wide receiver they just picked up who's really going to make a huge difference. I think Houston's ready
Seems
to,
it.
ready to take the next step. I'm taking the Texans. So congratulations, Zach. You're on the Redskins team. Sorry, buddy.
What's that, Zach?
Next game.
Okay, thanks, Zach.
Next game, those Tennessee Titans coming off their big win, travel to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.
Call that one.
Anytime,
It's a good win for them.
anytime New
guess.
England loses, that's a good week.
I didn't guess about that one. I knew Tennessee was going to win that one. Knew it.
Uh-huh. And what about this week?
But yeah. How do you think those mighty
Are they
Titans
playing
are
again?
gonna do? They're playing the Colts, who just had a big
Yeah.
win against the Jags.
Yeah, they'll win again. I think Tennessee will win again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota?
I usually pick Colts, but Tennessee's flying after
And it-
demolishing the Patriots the way they did.
It could be a letdown game, though.
Nope.
I'm taking the Colts. To me, Tennessee is the picture of inconsistency. They'll play great one week and come back the next week and just lay an egg.
Except for this week, they'll play good.
And this is a division game, and
Right.
they usually play each other tight. I'm going to take the Colts as well.
I'm taking the Colts. So who are we giving the intern?
He's coming Tennessee with me, just like last week when they
Alright,
beat New England.
Fair enough. That's probably their biggest win in a number of years.
In franchise history.
I don't know about
you gotta
franchise
think,
history.
it was-
They were in the Super Bowl.
Right. It was
That's still a bigger win than the Super Bowl.
Right. It was Mike Vrabel's, going
Yeah.
against his old mentor
Yep.
and all that. And
We
it's
said
the big game. for
New
him.
England's a monster at home again.
Mhm.
That wasn't home.
Yeah.
Tennessee had a chance to jump on them.
And the last time Tennessee beat the Patriots at home, Steve McNair was the quarterback. The late, great Steve
Late,
McNair was
great.
Oh,
the
wait,
quarterback.
Joe Perry?
Yeah, he's up there with Joe Perry right now.
Yeah, well, they're both dead then. Okay. I
What?
thought we weren't sure about Joe Perry.
What?
Don, are we sure about Joe Perry? Help me out here, buddy. And Don, while we're at it, next game.
Next game. Those Carolina Panthers travel up to Detroit to take on those flailing Lions.
All right. Well, Carolina.
Flailing? Can you call them flailing if they're never there?
Carolina came out last week and got their ass kicked by Pittsburgh. Badly. I mean,
Yeah, that was a good game.
That was just a terrible game for Carolina.
I like
They
that
did-
game. That was fun.
I loved it, but they did nothing right. There was nothing they did that was correct. It was terrible. It was ugly. I think they turn around, and I think they spanked the shit out of the Lions this week, and I think it's going to be just ridiculous how bad they're going to kill them. So, yes, I'm taking Carolina.
Oh, that's what the whole spiel was?
That's what the whole spiel was.
I don't know. Maybe did Pittsburgh write up a blueprint on how to completely shut down Carolina?
Even if they did, Detroit does not have the players to back up that blueprint.
Yeah, since we got Golden Tate. I don't know.
I don't know. I think I'm going to take Detroit in this game.
That's where I think I was going. I like Detroit.
Matt Stafford is good for one good game a year, and against a decent Panthers defense.
I'll take him on this one because then he's got to play again in, 5 days on
Yeah,
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They don't ever play well on Thanksgiving, it seems like.
They haven't won on Thanksgiving in a while.
Right.
Oh, the last time they won was against the Eagles. Chip
Well,
Kelly's season when they embarrassed them, put up 58 against the Eagles.
Oh, jeez.
Right.
That's right, yeah.
That was Chip.
The chip.
Where's the intern going on this one?
He's going to take.
Do we have a spot for him?
He's going to take the Carolina Panthers
Oh.
with
Ooh,
me.
even it out.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
it's 2
okay.
and 2.
Sure.
Yeah.
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 Right?
Next game.
There you go.
What? Those Denver Broncos travel to Los Angeles. Not the good Los Angeles, the other Los Angeles, which is Carson City, to take on the Clippers.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw a meme the other day, and it's very true that the Chargers are, 7-2, and literally no one cares.
That's a shame.
They have no nothing. I see all these other 2-loss teams, and everyone praises them. And they're sitting at 7-2, and nobody cares.
And their second banana in a team, in a city with another second banana team.
Right.
Because nobody cares about the Rams either.
Nope.
So.
Yeah, I bet you the Chargers are really regretting that move to L.A. because they were loved in San Diego. They were
Right.
Loved.
But still, you know what? It still works out for them because honestly, San Diego and LA, San Diego could be considered a freaking a suburb of LA and stuff. It's an hour and a half or whatever drive. Yeah, it don't
It's
matter.
like 5.
No, it's not. It's closer to that.
Never been there. I have no idea.
It's like 5.
There you go. Pull facts out of your ass again. That's great.
Somebody MapQuest that.
So,
no,
yeah.
honestly, we'll ask a certain somebody that we know that works that's from L.A. County.
You gonna Google that?
What are we Googling?
Googling how far LA
Go
is
from-
to San Diego
yeah.
in miles, total miles.
Total miles. How long would it take
How
me
long will it take?
if a car left San Diego
Traveling at.
traveling at 65 miles
They
per
got some
hour?
really bad traffic there right now.
Yeah.
What do you expect? It's LA. and
How
San
long would it
Diego.
take them to get the Pinks?
To Pinks?
Everybody
Well,
loves
then,
hot dogs.
How long
Alright,
would it
so
take to get to
Sa-
Carson City?
San Diego to Los Angeles, right?
Okay, sure. We'll go there.
And you're going with 5 hours,
That's what I said.
and you're going with an
An
hour.
hour and a half.
I'll take 3 hours. Hey, look at that,
Hey,
3
right-
hours.
Hey,
Right in the middle.
Right in the
Right
middle.
in the middle.
So it's literally,
you're
if,
both
if you're
wrong.
a San Diego, if you're a San Diego fan, it's a 3 hour
Yeah, but
trip
it's like
up there.
driving from here to Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh is like 6 hours away.
Oh, see, now we're going
Yeah, no,
6.
I think that's. I think it's 6. Go, Rossi, on this one. Sixers put up 38 in the first quarter.
Woohoo!
We're not there yet.
Yep.
Sorry.
We still
We got
Oh,
sidetracked.
yeah. By the way, yeah, the Broncos are playing the Chargers.
Did we just get sidetracked? Now let me look up Pittsburgh from here.
I'm definitely taking the Clippers.
Yeah, like, use Google Maps and figure out how long it's going to take Denver to recover from a loss.
Yeah, because I think Denver's just looking towards their future now. I think they realize that their season is over.
Zach's got helping them.
What are they, 2-6? Denver?
4?
I don't know what the
No,
record is.
you got the record?
I don't care.
Not on me.
Don't matter. They
I
suck.
think they got a couple more than 2 wins.
Okay. I'm still going with the Clippers.
Yeah, I got Clippers.
I got the Clippers.
So Zach's got Denver.
Zach has faith in Denver.
Yeah, not a boy, Zach. Go out on a limb, buddy. Next game!
The next game is Zach's other favorite team, the Raiders, traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals.
What do you got over
Denver is 3-6.
Okay. All right,
So more than 2.
Right.
What's the next game? Sorry.
Raiders traveling to Arizona.
Is this the toilet bowl game
This
of
is
the week?
probably the toilet bowl game of the week.
Yeah.
Being that the stadium looks like a toilet bowl.
I got Arizona.
Boom, Arizona fans.
Arizona.
Ooh.
I'm going Arizona.
You're going to go with Arizona?
I don't have any faith whatsoever in anything that the Raiders do. Anymore at all. Nothing. Zach does, though.
You know what? I may have to agree with Zach on this one and go with the Raiders.
I agree. I think even though they're bad, I think they're still a better team than the Cardinals.
All right. I'll be out on a limb with Arizona. I'm fine with that. I got to make moves anyway.
You know. Yeah.
I don't know. Oakland's finding good ways to lose games.
But they can't. They're not going to lose to a rookie quarterback in Josh Rosen.
Although, I got to give Arizona credit. Their defense is actually playing pretty well right now. They hung with Kansas City for a while before the Chiefs realized they were playing the fucking Cardinals.
Pittsburgh's 5 hours away, by the way.
There we go. I said, what, 3? So
You said 6.
No, you said 6.
Did I say 6? Okay, I was close.
I thought you said 6.
I said 6.
Yeah, I said like 3.
You said
You
3.
said 3.
Right.
I
So
was
it's 5.
closer.
So it's 5.
But you went over.
I went
You
over.
went over.
Ah, man.
That should be on there somewhere.
It should be.
That's a soundbite.
It is somewhere.
God, now he's going to take 20 minutes to look for it.
No, it's not. No, we're not.
All right, what
So
game are we on
you
here?
do think Oakland's going to beat Arizona?
I
I
don't,
think-
but I just decided to go with Oakland.
I'm going to go with Oakland. I think they have enough to beat Arizona.
I think Arizona
Do
whooped
they?
their ass, but I think I just want to say Oakland.
You just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since their quarterback
You
looks
just
like
go.
my nephew, Chris.
I wanted to make a move too, but Rob C kind of spoiled it by picking them as well.
you can't make a move from 68 and I owe you one.
Now flush. Next game.
Next game,
Oh man.
the Sunday
Where's the
night game.
fist?
Now this, well, actually no, this isn't.
No.
Oh, Joe, Mr. Perry, is that you?
I just unplugged my headset.
Look at you. Plug it back in. All right, now you got it.
Thank you, Secretary.
So yeah, Sunday night game.
Sunday night game, which could have been the best game of the week, but it's not.
No.
Those Minnesota Vikings travel to Soldier Field, which is probably going to be a little chilly.
Yeah,
A little chilly
bit.
out there in Soldier
A
Field.
little bit.
We just got hit
Take
with
on the
4
Bears.
inches of snow yesterday.
That's right. And who are they taking on in Chicago?
Mitch.
and Mac. Mitch and Mac. Mitch and the Mac. There you go, intern. That's for you.
I
No.
got Chicago all the way in this one.
A dome team coming out in the cold. This is usually where a dome team falters when they have to go outside in the
Playing.
cold game.
Just think of the
Chilly,
Minnesota championship game last year against the Eagles.
Yeah.
You can't go by that.
I'm just
Yeah, they
saying,
still
dome
play a
teams
dome.
coming out in the cold.
Yeah, I
It's
get
still a
that. I
dome
understand
team.
that, but I just think Chicago is a better team.
I don't know.
I
mean-
Mac is back. He came back last week, fiercer than ever.
I may have to agree with you there because Mitch Trubisky has been playing really,
Great.
really well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mitch found his stride.
Right.
and he's probably been the best playing quarterback in that conference, better than Cousins and even better than Aaron.
I have to agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All that being said, though, I'm
Rodgers
going
is-
to take Minnesota.
I knew you were
and
going
Kirk
there.
Cousins.
I knew you were going there. And why are you taking
Jeez.
Kirk Cousins, Rob?
Because he's my starting fantasy quarterback.
That's why you're going with that.
That's right.
Do
And
you really think Minnesota?
I don't think.
After all that crap of it's a dome going outside and the cold,
But Kirk Cousins is
gonna shat the bed.
You know, I agree with all that stuff, and I was ready to pick the Vikings until you did. Now I've got to pick the Chicago Bears.
Who's Zach picking?
That's a damn good question.
Zach's going to take the Bears.
Ooh.
He's going to take the Bears.
No, he's not.
Yes, he will. He'll take the Bears because it's
No, he's not.
it's
He's going to
in-
take the Vikings
It's
with
in
me.
Chicago. It's going to be cold and windy. And
Let's call him up right now. Quick, dial the phone out.
I don't know the number up at the Texas Roadhouse.
Rock,
Ooh.
paper, scissors.
Oh,
For what?
ooh.
Whoever wins decides what team he plays for.
Oh.
Sean wins. He's got Chicago this week.
Excuse me. He's my son. He's
But
taking the Bears.
But he's my best friend.
And
But this is my show.
it is your show. It is Nicky's Joy Buzzer, but he's my son, and I've chosen the Bears for him. That's it. End of story.
Should we overrule this, Robsy?
This is a democracy in this.
Should we go Minnesota?
Democracy this.
Who wants Zach to take Minnesota?
So what am I
So
writing them down for?
The Bears.
Put him down for the Bears. We're sorry, Zach. Sorry you had to lose that.
I'm not sorry, Zach. Last game.
Last game.
Game they moved.
Monday night.
This is the game of the week.
And they moved
Thanks,
it too.
thanks, Amish.
Oh, were you going for something big?
Yeah, I
you
was
got
gonna-
what you're doing.
Da,
Bears.
da, 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 da. The game of the week.
Oh, what the hell was that?
That Monday
You
night-
ruined it.
That was
You
attempt on
ruined
Monday-
it.
It was
is
attempt
what
on Monday
happened.
Night Football.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, you blew it.
You blew it. This is
I'm
Monday
sorry.
night.
Boy, I just sucked tonight.
Game of the week.
Moved from Mexico City, right? Back to KC?
Did you see
No,
the
move to L.A., right? This
it's-
is
Oh,
in
LA.
LA.
Sorry, my
It's
bad.
an LA
Yes.
game.
Yes.
Did you see the stadium that was going to be played in?
Oh, it was horrible.
It was
What,
awful.
El
my,
Azteca?
my backyard's
Well,
better.
they've played
God.
football there before. What happened?
Right.
They had a
The-
concert there.
They had a concert there,
And
and
they
they
chewed
the field to
They didn't.
shreds.
Come on, Mexicans. You
Right.
can't cover a field?
Nope.
We can't say that. You can.
I can say that.
You can say that.
Look at, órale, amigos.
I can say it. I
Necesitan
shouldn't say it, but I can.
necesitan a poner una plana encima de la cancha.
He said,
What?
and I quote, the LA Rams are not going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs this week. His words.
Actually, no. Although, you know what? That is, Pat Mahomes on the road.
Pat my what?
Yeah.
Pat my balls?
Pat
Nah.
Mahomes.
From under
It's,
cheese.
it's Andy Reid.
From under what?
From under my balls.
I don't know.
Andy
This
fat
is-
ass cheeseburger
this is
Reed.
a
Does
tough
Andy
game.
Reid choke this week?
This is a tough game to pick.
This is. I think
It
this
really
game,
is. I have no idea.
I think this game is going to be fun.
And what is it?
Holy
Cooper Cup is
cow.
out,
Cooper
right?
Cup's done for the year.
He's done for the year.
He's done for the
Which
year.
he's been flaky for the past couple weeks,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah, but
and
still, he was the
Rams
he
are
was-
still rolling without him. So
But he was Goff's kind of favorite receiver to go
Yeah,
to.
but he still got Woods and
and
Cooks.
he still has the
And-
true best running back in the
and
league,
Gurley.
Mr. Gurley back
who's
there.
a beast.
So this may go down to which defense performs better, and it may have to be the Rams
I would say
defense
Rams is a better
against
defense.
Patrick Mahomes.
You know, I don't see that anymore.
What Rams is a good
Ram-
defense?
The Rams defense as the stalwart it was.
Oh.
Teams have figured them out.
So you're dubbing them not a good defense?
Oh no, I'm not saying that at
Okay.
all.
I
I'm
was
just
gonna say,
saying
then they were going to be a good
they have
defense.
they have a better defense in Kansas City. Don't get me wrong, but I think teams have figured out Kansas City's going to score a ton of points on the Rams.
I think both of these teams are going to put up insane.
Well, we
points.
know the Rams are going to score in Kansas City's defense because Kansas City's defense is middle of the road at best.
Yeah.
But they're not.
So you're
they're not
saying
really
Rams have
transferring-
a better defense?
Rams have a better defense, but like I'm saying, I think people have figured out how to put points up against the Rams. You know, so it's going to be.
Right.
It's probably going to be a 40-35 game.
Well, you were saying the Saints opened that up.
Oh, the Saints
on how to
scored
beat
at will.
Right. But Saints can score at will at anyone.
As can Kansas City.
Kansas City's got that same kind of offense.
I think
they're 1 and 2.
I think
in the
Kansas
league.
City's offense is better than New Orleans' offense.
That's right.
That's my guess.
Really?
I do. Kansas City has way more weapons. They have two good receivers, and
And they
Hill
have-
and Watkins.
Right, and they got Kareem Hunt.
Right, and Travis Kelce, probably the second best tight end in football right now behind Ertz. So I think Now Gronk has been hurt. He sucks.
Oh yeah, you can't say Gronk. Is that what you were whispering to me? Gronk? Get out.
By the way, have you shed a tear?
When he's healthy, is he the best tight end in the
When
league?
he's healthy.
When he's healthy.
You had to leave that
When
one.
was the last time he was healthy?
Right.
I think it
2
was
seasons ago, but he was still better than
2 seasons ago.
He was still better than Kelsey, though.
So, like I said, I think he's the second best tight end in football right now behind Ertz. Ertz, not Gronk.
Zach Ertz.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say the Rams.
I knew you were going to do that. You stole my thunder because I was going to do the exact same thing. Jerk off.
Any of these... Picking either...
Is that my water over there?
That is your water over there.
Picking either of these
Hope you
teams is
drown
not
in it.
going out on... Wow, that was just mean.
That's just mean.
Why do you want him to Joe Perry?
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you want me to go Joe Perry?
That's right.
Picking either of these teams is not going out on a limb.
True.
They're both, what, 8-1 for a reason?
Yeah. Oh, they're great teams, and they
Somebody
may need to
will
get
get-
in the Super Bowl. Well, no, the Chiefs won't be there because Andy Reid is a coach.
Right.
Andy's the greatest regular season coach ever. Playoffs, not so much.
I'm going
But
KC.
I'm going to go KC as well. I think Andy does have a big signature win
I changed my mind.
every year.
Now you said KC.
God damn it. I need to make moves.
Who we giving the intern? Who we giving Zach? You guys decide.
Well, you're his dad.
You're his dad.
You guys decide, and I'll override it. But yeah, tell me what you want.
I'm just going to
Okay,
call him.
what do you want? You go.
Where's my phone?
You
I'm
go.
just
I don't
gonna
know
call him.
Texas Roadhouse number. Do you?
I'm just going to call his regular number.
He's not. He better not
I hope-
answer. He's
he
working.
better, I was going to say, he better not answer, else he doesn't have a job. Zach will be here next week.
And he told me he got promoted, by the way. So don't mess with his promotion.
I'm going to mess with his promotion.
Promote? Never
He
mind.
did.
I'm not diving into that one.
That's what he told me.
Okay.
So how about we give him? You really are going to call him, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to call him.
I was going
This is a big game for Zach.
to give him Rams.
All right, good enough.
Father, son. Let's see if
Good
he
enough.
answers. He's going to be
Oh, yeah.
concerned if he answers.
I would be concerned if he answers.
I'm going to be upset if he answers. I'm going to be very highly upset. He
Talk
better-
amongst yourselves while I find
He
him.
better not answer this phone. So, hey
So-
Nick.
Yes.
So I hear that there's an act coming to a center tomorrow night that you really want to see.
We're talking sports. We're not doing that.
Well,
Is this
Hey,
gonna,
why don't you talk about
Do you-
another act in their new release of an EP coming up in their show?
Do you think this is going to be a letdown game?
For
Rams KC, because every game we've had like that, I haven't heard them hyping this game up though. That's the only thing.
well, they
I also
would have
haven't
hyped
been-
it up. I hear the phone ring. They would have hyped it up if it was in Mexico, but because they had to move it, they're
Yeah.
the NFL's kind of taking a hit. Is he answer? I kick his ass. No, okay.
It's sorry.
I think the NFL's afraid to hype it up because they moved the game. You know?
I don't. Yeah, maybe, but that could lead this being an amazing game.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's on a break.
He's not gonna. Don't answer the phone, Zach. Don't you do it.
Do it.
Don't you do it.
Do
We'll find out. We'll leave a message. If
Okay, good.
it. Oh, don't.
La, 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 la.
Sorry, Zach. Did that all go? Hey, Zach. who do you picking?
You're on the air, Zach.
You're on the air. Who you picking? The Chiefs or the Rams? Call us back or let us know tomorrow.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna have to change their number.
I don't think it went out all the way.
All right, so that's our picks for the week. You can take them or leave them. Probably want to leave them.
Woo.
We are going to take a break, and we're going to come back with the potpourri section. We're going to stick with the Philly sports team, and we're going to go with the Flyers and the Sixers. And I also got to throw a mention out to the Phillies again because their owner said something pretty hilarious.
Did they?
He did. So
I can't wait to hear what it is.
It's pretty hilarious. So we're going to take a break. We'll be right back, and here we go.
This is Rob C., the instigator, and you're listening to The Joy Buzzer, sports talk with a buzz.
Broadcast media is all around you, and it's the people with media skills who work in this amazing industry. How do you gain those skills? The Philadelphia area campus of Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Affordable training in months, not years, without decades of debt. 1-800-TV Radio or GoCSB.com.
I am the commish.
And I'm Rob C., the instigator.
Nicky Cole over here.
And we are the Joy Buzzer, the premier sports talk show, sports talk with a buzz.
And if you like our new Sports Talk channel here on YouTube Live, please subscribe.
And if for some crazy reason you like the show, smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get our notifications so when we go live, you're right here with us.
In the middle of a baseball argument.
Baseball argument.
Nice heated argument over here.
Yeah, in between the break argument here. What's the announcement, Commish?
The announcement is Mookie Betts won the MVP award over Mike Trout.
And who's not happy about it?
And I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard. Don't get me wrong, Mookie Betts had a great year, had a fantastic year. But Mike Trout had a better year and is a better ball player.
Did he?
And wait a minute, let me finish my thought.
Oh.
Betts had a much better supporting cast around him, to where Trout, it was just him and Ohtani when he was healthy, and Pujols when he was not being an idiot, and that's it. But from 1 to 9 in that lineup, Boston was just stacked. So yeah, I think Trout's a better ball player all around.
A better ball player, yeah, but I mean,
I don't
if
know.
he had a good year.
And honestly, this could have been one of those MVP awards where they give it to one guy on a really good team to kind of give it to the whole team. But yeah, I'm gonna try and
that's fair
to reward the team for what they did.
They did that already. It's called the World Series ring.
It's called a World Series ring.
I don't know. I still think Mookie Betts. You could have given it to any 3 Red Sox over Mike Trout. Right? You could have given it to J.D. Martinez.
What does MVP stand for?
Most valuable player.
Right.
Do we really treating us like
And
2-year-olds
so
right now?
You're going to say that there's there's 4 guys on Boston,
right, who are more valuable
to the team than Mike Trout is
Mike
to his?
Trout, yes.
Wow. Okay.
Right, because Mike Trout, for all of his stats, where did the Angels finish? What did the Angels do?
Not make the playoffs.
Ooh.
Correct.
Truth.
So are you going to give an MVP to a guy to whose team finished
didn't
third?
Get their team into the playoffs
for third in that division? I think because they finished behind Oakland.
When
right?
he puts up numbers the way he does, absolutely, I'm giving it to Trout.
That's not the question.
I'll give it to Trout when he comes here to Philadelphia and the Phillies finish 3rd place.
2 years.
If he has those numbers. That's when I'll give him the MVP.
2 years. All right, we're talking about baseball because I read something today, and for the life of me now I can't find it, but I remember what it was.
Wait, you read?
John Middleton, the chairman of the Philadelphia Phillies.
We're not going to go over that?
Came out today and said that they're going to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Here comes the best line.
Waiting.
The best line is, he said, and I quote, and we're going to be stupid amount of money we're going to be stupid about spending a lot of money. So I mean, they're going to be spending out the wazoo,
which is what Philadelphia sports teams do, and we get burned by it.
Basically, there's going to be 2, maybe 3 players with 7-figure salaries, at least 6-figure salaries.
2 or 3 players on our team next year.
3 with at least 6-figure salaries
next year.
Which could be
Machado,
Harper. Or Corbin. Or there's a report coming out today. Zach Greinke from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona's got to trade them now. It's not a free agent.
But they're interested. They're shopping them around.
So they're
they're interested.
They think the Phillies are going to be one of the teams they try to make a deal with. So the Phillies are going to spend a shit ton of money this offseason.
Which is what you've been predicting, though.
Right. But I'm just saying, to hear the owner actually come out and say it is something entirely different. And we can all speculate all we want, but until he comes out and says, hey, we're going to be stupid about spending a lot of money,
he's trying to recover this franchise.
No, I think he sees this franchise is on the rise.
Oh, yeah, but he wants to make it rise faster than maybe what it should.
Wouldn't you?
Because you're going to put all these money into these guys.
If you own something and you have a way to bring more money in, but you got to spend some money to make money.
Well, it's a business,
right? So wouldn't you do that?
But if the younger guys aren't ready enough, you're going to spend all these money, bring in these 2 or 3 guys you expect to fully carry the team. God forbid they get hurt or something like that. Now you just put out all this money and have nothing.
Yeah, but number two, we're coming off an 80 and 82 season. Okay, we were in first place. We were in first place till the middle of August.
Oh, that was a monumental collapse.
It was huge, but I'm just saying they got to first place and stayed there throughout the summer.
Yeah,
through this whole summer.
Right.
2 or 3 of these guys, you bring them in, we stay in first place all season. You know,
yeah,
they've already been through the pressure cooker. These young guys
getting
torched. They got their ass kicked, but they've been there. Now they have maybe a minute idea. You know, it still may take a year for them to realize what they went through, but they've been through it. So I think what you got to do is you got to spend the money, and I think Middleton has it right.
Understands that. He gets that. I mean, there's players out there to be had.
Are you still looking at Mookie Betts?
Oh yeah, I pulled the stats up and stuff.
Why don't you just move back to Boston?
Wow.
I never lived in Boston.
Wow. Oh,
wow. I never packed my car in Harvard yet.
Did you drive on Chappaquiddick?
Look at you, chowderhead.
So you got stats?
I do have stats and stuff, but no, we were discussing the Phillies and stuff.
No, we're done. We pretty much got as far as we can with them.
No,
Go ahead.
I was just saying.
You got something there.
All right, I'll give you Mike Trout's stats for this
Okay,
year.
go ahead.
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, he scored 101 runs.
Okay.
147 hits, batted .312, hit 39 home runs, drove in 79, and stole 24 bases. He had an on-base percentage of .460.
Okay, on a bad team.
On a bad team. Don't preface this, sir.
Let me just read the stats.
Let me just read the stats. Stats don't lie.
Okay.
So you got to compare, though. You know, this guy hit that. This guy.
Mookie Betts scored 129 runs.
Is that more or less?
180
than Trout.
180 hits.
That was more than Trout.
Batting average of .346.
Okay.
Like 30 points higher.
Okay.
All right. 32 home runs. So that's what? 7 less.
Okay.
80 RBIs. One
Even.
more.
Yeah.
Right?
Total even.
Okay.
And stole 30 bases.
Even.
OPS of .438.
Even.
Okay.
Okay. So on that.
Okay, so yeah.
So on that alone, Mookie
Betts has better numbers. I won't argue that. I will not argue that point. Mookie Betts has better numbers.
You kind of
can't. But now let me ask you.
You
this.
Can't argue that one.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah. Okay.
Put Mike Trout on Boston.
Yeah.
And put Mookie Betts on the Angels.
Yeah. The Angels still suck.
No. Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I just think Trout.
Mookie Betts had a great year. You can't take it away.
No
from
argument.
Him. Can't
no
take
argument.
it away from him.
The whole Boston Red Sox organization had a phenomenal
I get
year.
that. That's what. Yeah, except for the guy cheating in the World Series.
Oh,
but
that's Boston.
That's
What do you
Boston.
expect?
Yeah.
You know.
They fed off each other.
Yeah.
That's all that was.
It's cheating.
Feeding off each other's cheating.
If you're not cheating, you're not. Hey, Ray, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
This guy does good, so I do good. That's cheating.
Right.
The morale of the team's up. You guys suck, you cheaters.
Right. Now you're getting it.
Way to go.
That's fair. Yeah, I agree with that. You know.
But how about this as an outfield? Wouldn't you rather have Mookie Betts as your center fielder for the Phillies than Odubel last year?
Oh, Odubel, yeah.
I'd rather have anybody over Odubel.
Come on.
How about
now.
this outfield next year?
I'm fine with Quinn.
Bryce Harper, Mookie Betts, and Mike Trout is your Phillies outfield.
Oh, God.
You might as well spank one out right now.
I was going to say, do you hear me, Yankee?
Don't touch the table.
Don't touch the table.
I got to do something.
Jeez.
I'm Miller.
That's just me. Just me.
At least you're not Joe Perry.
Just me.
Just Joe. Unbelievable.
Okay, so I'm checking now the
Too
Sixers
young.
score, and the Sixers are up 7 with 2 minutes left in the second
You should
half.
check and see if Joe Perry's alive.
Donnie, Joe Perry alive or anything?
Yeah.
Don will let us know.
Okay.
They got to spend the money because they got to do something, but I think just spending a ton of money may hurt.
I would invest most of that money back into the farm system that you let your top flight guy go.
Actually, they didn't. Sixto Sanchez is still here. He was their top guy.
Well, they let somebody go.
Their farm system is doing great.
Yeah, I
mean,
wouldn't put
they're
it.
pumping out some great kids.
I'm gonna put it into the farm system, but I just think I just seen so many contracts go south.
You got to get rid of a lot of guys and then sign a lot of guys. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
As long as they don't spend that money in house, like give Franco a raise,
right.
or
Just
Or-
start.
I know
just start with
they're
first off.
shopping Santana. They're shopping him.
Santana
if-
was playing in Tokyo this week. by
If
the
they
way.
can get a
Did you see
bag
that?
of mulch for Carlos Santana, I think they'll
They
take
just
it.
need to start with putting players that are supposed to be in the right positions in those positions.
Yeah, and at
let's
that
start
point-
with that and
yeah.
then go from there.
Oh, see, that's Kapler. That's not the organization.
No,
that's
no,
Kapler.
that's-
Is it? But what does
Is it-
Santana play?
Yes,
Thank you.
exactly.
You gonna answer that?
I really can't.
No.
I really can't.
What position does he play?
He normally he played first base. He played third base.
First base. So if
But that's
if
not that wasn't his normal position.
he
We
plays.
just asked you what was his normal position.
I don't know, but I know it wasn't first base.
He plays first base.
He's a first baseman.
He's
Yeah.
a first baseman. So they went out
And got a
and
first
traded
baseman.
for a first baseman. How's that Kapler's fault? If you're going if
Okay,
the,
number
if a
one,
team's
they
going
didn't
out,
trade for him. They signed him
They
to a
signed
free
him.
agent
Signed him.
contract,
Whatever.
which
But
is even worse.
you're signing a first baseman when you
Chicago-
have a could be
But see-
possible Hall of
see,
Fame first baseman.
They were sold that Reese Hoskins was going to be a left fielder. They were sold on that. They were absolutely.
Who sold him
Who
on
sold
that?
him on that though?
I don't know, but they were when he played 65 games a year before. They said, "Up, there's our left fielder. We're good."
But is that
They
that's
could-
not
And
they
that
could-
wasn't Kapler. That was the what's his name, Pete Buchanan.
right? So you're blaming Kapler for this, and it's not his fault.
No, I'm not blaming Kapler for. I'm blaming Kapler for not playing Santana at third base, where he played most of his Indians career. Was third base.
Well, why couldn't you say that before when I asked where does he play?
Because I don't know if that's his natural position. You're asking what his natural position is. I don't know.
I'm just asking what
I'm
position
just
did he play?
I don't. To be honest, I don't know. He played third base for most of the time in Cleveland. You're asking me a question I don't know the answer to. I can tell you what's.
You know the answer. You know the answer to everything.
who's
man.
on-
I want you to answer the question that I'm asking you
is
to
he on
answer.
first or is he on third?
What's
Is
he
he
want to
first or
go? I'm
third?
asking him a question. He won't answer my question. When
won't
I
answer
ask
the
him a question, he goes, "I know this answer, but I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to tell you." Come on,
Look at him. I'm gonna go over there.
Stop picking on
I'm gonna
me.
go over there. Just
pinch his cheeks. Pinch his cheeks.
No touchy. No touchy. You keep
Pinch
it
your teeth.
right there.
I'm so confused. Now
But-
you gonna
but no,
poke his eye out.
honestly,
What's wrong with you?
You're so confused now. How do you think Kapler feels? He has no friggin' clue.
As
Well,
long as he's got his coconut oil, he's happy.
And his
And,
house.
and his house in Malibu.
Oh,
You
who
guys
said
are
that?
dark. I was not taking that way. You guys are mean.
All right.
That's a
Who's
terrible
mo-
thing to have.
Who's more alive right now, Joe Perry?
No, I don't want. No. And welcome to the Joy Buzzer.
It's it. Okay.
So bad.
So I don't know who sold this organization. It definitely wasn't Reese Hoskins. Because if they asked Reese Hoskins, Reese Hoskins would have told them,
I'd play
I'd
first.
much rather play first base.
Let me play my position that I should be a Hall of Fame first baseman.
Right, exactly.
Or
Instead of
another Pat Burrell lookalike
Yeah.
running after the ball in the outfield.
Wait a minute. Would he say that, or would he say, "You know what? I'm a team player. I'll go where I'm told to go"?
He would, and that's what he did.
But it's what he did. But he would have told them behind doors, guys, I'll do it for you. But I'm a first baseman. I'm gonna give it all my best.
Don't put the fall on me
I'm a
when something
first
happens.
baseman playing the outfield.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a big difference because first basemen don't move.
No argument. Reese Hoskins should be your first baseman. I am not arguing that point at all. He's got to be there.
He's got to go.
No, he doesn't got to go. He's got to
gotta go.
stay.
Get him out of here. He sucks.
He's got to stay.
You're not a good
gotta
outfielder.
stay.
Gotta go.
Speaking of got to go, Brett Brown got to go.
There it is.
Speaking of got to go, Hackstall got to go.
No shit.
Speaking of got to go, Penderson got to go. Speaking of got to go,
Joe Perry.
Jim Curtin.
already went.
Oh, see?
Is Jim Curtin got to go? He took his team to the playoffs.
Gabe Kapler got to go. Yeah, that's right. Jim Venetian Blind got to go. Did I miss anybody? That's all Philly and Chester, right?
Who's the Wings head coach?
Is it? Yeah, they're about to start.
They come back.
Are
the
they
5th
got to go too?
December 15th, right?
Jake Berge got to go.
Is that the coach?
Is it Jake Berge? It should be Jake Berge.
It should be Jake Berge. I don't think it is. Google that. No, but seriously, Brett Brown.
Cost his team a win.
You trade for this
Again.
all-star superstar in Jimmy Butler. Great trade. Well done, Elton Brand. Good job. You brought in a piece you absolutely positively needed.
Unloaded a guy they absolutely need to get rid of.
And Covington just blew dog.
Unloaded a guy maybe not so much. Would have been nice to stay.
We're all going to miss Dario, but you know what? You got to spend to get. and
Right.
they did.
You weren't going to get Butler for bunko.
Right, we're not going to miss Bayless, and the 2022 second-round pick may turn out to be a bust. We don't know. Most of the time it is. So Elton Brand really did an excellent job. First game with the Sixers, they're playing the Orlando Magic, and it's coming down to crunch time. And the Sixers have a chance to win this game and should have won this game. He basically has Jimmy Butler as I can't even think of a term that would just – he didn't give Jimmy Butler the ball. You know,
Jimmy Butler's supposed to get the ball?
He used him as a decoy. Go ahead.
By the way, the Philadelphia Wings head coach is a guy named Paul Day. He's also the general manager.
Oh, it's got to go.
He's got to go.
Man.
He's got to go.
Too much power. We've seen what that does to
We've
Philadelphia.
seen that
You know what?
Gotta
He
go.
can stay as a general manager. He's got to go as a coach.
No, yeah. What's their record? Haven't even started yet.
Haven't even started yet.
So they're going to suck. So getting back to Butler. So Orlando Magic, they're in Orlando, and it's coming down to crunch time, and basically Jimmy Butler is freaking decoy all night. And you got
Isn't that what
wait,
he can be?
You got Joel Embiid. There's a minute in the game, we're tied, and he's chucking threes. Instead of being on the block where absolutely no one can stop him down low. Nobody. Vucevic is their starting center, and I like Nick Vucevic a lot. Was a former Sixer.
Yep.
He's not stopping Embiid. He's not stopping Embiid. But Embiid was out at the three-point line. Your coach has got to say, hey, Joel, get your fat ass underneath that hoop and demand the ball down there. If I see you at the three-point line again, I'm pulling your ass out. And then he's got to go to Ben Simmons and say, hey, Ben, you see number 2-3 on the sideline there? That's Jimmy fucking Butler. Two-time All-Star.
Nice penalty.
A guy who puts the ball in the rim, through the hoop, scores. That's all he does.
Rim job, yeah.
He's one of the top 10 players in basketball, is on your wing. Don't ignore him. Give him the goddamn ball. Plain and simple. That's it. But what does Brett Brown do? No, Joel, go ahead and chuck your threes. Jimmy Buckets, we're going to leave you as a decoy. We're not going to use you this first game. That's okay. We'll be fine, though. Don't you worry. Ben, you dribble around for a while, and then everybody else, when they're on offense, just stand still. Don't move. Don't give him anything. And that's what they did.
You think that's the way he coached the
I
team?
really do believe that.
Is it a problem that Redick had the most points that night with 22?
No. I have no problem with that. J.J. Redick is a scorer.
Okay.
He can't play for defense with a shit, but he can score. He puts the ball through the hoop. That's what you're supposed to do.
Is that how that works?
I just think Brett Brown, now that we have a good team, we need a good coach. And that's not Brett Brown.
Is he becoming Andy Reid?
We don't want a good coach. We want Brett Brown.
We don't want a good principal. We want Mr. Clark.
So great.
I think Brett Brown has taken this team as far as it can go with him as the coach.
That's what we've been.
He's a great teacher.
So who needs to make that?
That's Elton Brand.
Elton Brand's got to say,
"Thank you, Brett.
You're fired."
You've been a great soldier.
You think they would fire him?
Oh, he'd have to. He's not going to take another position in
right.
In
I
the
mean, you
organization.
can offer him a consultant job or something
and he's not.
But he won't take that.
If he gets fired, he'll sit out a year, maybe do a little TV thing or whatever,
right.
And then next year somebody's going to give him a job.
And then, he'll go back to being Popovich's assistant.
He won't even go back there. He's
I
a
think
head
he
coach
will
then.
because San Antonio, Pop is going to be leaving soon.
Well, if that's the case, then they could hire Brett Brown. Brett Brown, once you're a head coach, you go back. Now you're head coach material. You hardly ever
Not
go
necessarily.
back. You hardly ever
look at Jim Schwartz.
There's a lot of head coaches out there who are assistant coaches now. Guys like Mo Cheeks and Lionel Hollins.
But yeah, but that's after a while. You go back to being an assistant.
It does happen.
I mean, how long has Brett Brown been the coach for the Sixers? 5 years?
5-6 years now. And don't get me wrong, he has been, he's seen this team through some of the darkest times.
He was the guy to get him through that.
Right. And you know what? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Somebody had to be that guy. You can't.
Right. Somebody had to be the Terry Francona.
Right. Exactly.
You couldn't blame the coach on this.
And when they at the farewell press conference say, "Hey, you were a great soldier for us. We thank you. We couldn't have done it without you, but now it's time to win."
You couldn't blame the coach on those years, but now you can blame the coach.
Absolutely, because in those years he had nobody. He had no one.
But it doesn't really matter who the next coach is. You're not going to like him anyway.
No, that's not true. If
Well,
they
very-
hire
very
right,
true.
It's true.
if they hire right, I'll.
But will they ever hire?
If
basically,
they
what
hired-
he's, basically
Sure
what
they
he's saying
did.
is the
No,
only
no,
way
no,
they
no,
hire
no.
right is if they hire you.
No.
No.
I'll tell you what. When they brought in Larry Brown to coach Iverson, that was perfect. That was a perfect match because Larry Brown was a no nonsense kind of coach, and Allen Iverson was a true pain in the ass. And Larry Brown got Allen Iverson to play ball. They made it to the finals. That was a great match.
They win.
I don't know what he's smiling at.
Uh,
No, they did not win. But with that team, they weren't going to beat the Lakers, and everybody knew that. But they got to the finals, which is a miracle in itself. Every coach
Hold on a
since
second.
then.
Hold on a second. I think we should go back in the Wayback Machine.
Okay. But every coach since Larry Brown has been a bust.
This just been 2001. We
Right.
just
Was
heard
the
this
last
graph.
time they had a good coach.
No, we heard this from young Sean McGrath, sitting somewhere,
Actually working down at the center.
working down at the center. You know what? I don't like that Brown as a coach. I
No.
think he's got to go.
You know what? I truly never said that. I've never said I don't like Larry
I
Brown.
don't know. The Wayback Machine don't lie.
I said Larry Brown is a diva, but he was always a great coach. He was always a great coach. And they really, honestly, think back to all the Sixers coaches since Larry Brown. None of them are very good. None of them. Doug
The
Collins
Six-
was probably the best.
Is that just because they're not
Doug
winning?
Collins was, there's a guy. Doug Collins was
But
a
honestly,
really good coach.
what has Doug Collins ever won? He had Jordan in Chicago that never got past Detroit until Phil Jackson took over. He had Jordan in Washington, and they didn't make it out of the first round of the playoffs. I mean,
Right.
granted, Jordan was 40 by then and lost it,
Right.
but he had other players too that didn't make it out of the first round.
But what did Brown have?
What can Brown do for you?
Brown had AI.
He made it to the finals.
I made it to the finals.
And his only finals win was with Detroit, right?
Mhm.
Coaching somebody else's team.
Pretty
right?
much.
So
Yeah.
I'm with Ropsy.
About what?
I don't know. I'm just.
Although the
So-
Sixers are up at halftime.
Yes,
too.
and Jimmy Butler is a huge get for Elton Brand. Kudos to Elton Brand.
Oh yeah, that
Just a great move.
Seems like a decent guy.
Yeah. Yep.
Jimmy Butler's
I-
got 13 points in the first half.
There you go.
Gonna help
17 minutes.
help this team hopefully jump the hurdle of their coach.
And you know what? I didn't know about Elton Brand as a GM. Yeah, you never think a former player is going to be a decent GM.
Shall we rewind the tape so that we could actually hear what you said about
No, I'm telling you what I said about him. I don't know what he's going to do. I wasn't sure if he, again, how many former players become decent GMs?
Let's go in the Wayback Machine again.
Can you think of any? Can you think of any current GMs that were former players?
Danny Ainge?
Danny Ainge, good one, and he's done a great job in Boston. Thank you. Okay.
What about the Lakers?
Magic Johnson?
Magic's not a GM. He's the
sorry.
president.
But
He's
he,
not a GM.
he was a little, didn't he? He came because he coached them for a while, and I
Right.
think he was there in their front office. I think he was a GM for a little bit for the Lakers, along with Jeannie Buss.
There's a button over
Yeah,
there
I
for
know,
that.
but I was too far away. So-
Why are you all far away? Come here,
But-
get closer.
No, that's okay. No, I'm good.
Come here,
I'm good.
come here,
I'm good.
Get over
I'm
here.
good.
Come here.
I'm good.
Get over here.
So I'm just saying, I don't know, but Elton Brand, I'm very confident that this was the right move.
Right.
It was a move that was needed. The lineup was not good enough to beat Boston and or Toronto. I think it is now. I think adding Jimmy Butler and
We'll
Wilson Chandler.
We'll get them over the Boston hump.
I'm not saying that's going to, but it's going to. It's
going to help them.
It gives them a better chance than it would keeping Robert Softington and Dario.
Softington.
He's soft.
I miss Dario.
Blows. We're going to miss Dario. We really are. But you know what? Watching Wilson Chandler play the other night, he played pretty well. You know, and he's only 4 games removed from a hamstring injury, so he's
right.
not all the way back yet either.
Right.
So I
And
like
they
him.
still have that guy who's was top 17, right? 17th round pick or whatever. Number 17 2 years ago that's hurt. Isn't he included in the trade?
Oh, Patton.
Patton.
Yeah. If he can get healthy, this is a steal.
Mhm.
But according to Pete, he's never been healthy his whole career. I don't know much about him. I haven't read up on him yet.
That's probably why you haven't heard much about him.
Exactly.
He's
He's always
injured.
hurt. So we don't know about this kid, but fingers crossed.
We can get a couple good games out of him.
That's it.
You know what?
Need the biggest piece of that is Butler.
Oh, Butler's the biggest piece right now. The biggest trade in basketball this year is that
History ever in the world.
This year.
World.
This year.
Oh, just this year?
Just this year.
Okay. This year.
This year.
Next game.
So, we come up from a big high of Jimmy Butler, and we go now to our fly guys. And lo and behold,
they
another the goalkeeper again.
Before that, we jump into last Saturday where they kept that point streak, that winning streak alive with dismantling the reeling Chicago Blackhawks.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice 4-0 victory. Then we
haven't scored since.
What are you talking about? We scored against Florida. Hit a
Did we?
2-1.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was a tough fought game.
Right.
You know they're not going to win.
Why can't we beat Florida?
Because Florida's good.
Florida's a good team.
But not just this year. Every year, we seem to struggle with the Florida Panthers.
But there's just teams like
Am
that.
I wrong on that? Am I wrong on that? That every year
No.
we seem to struggle with the Panthers?
No. But do you remember the Atlanta Thrashers?
Sure.
Where we just blew them out. No matter who played for us, we crushed them every time. That's for us. We can't beat
boggles
Florida.
my mind that every year, no matter who it is, no matter what team, no matter who's got who,
right?
We struggle with the Panthers. We don't always lose to them, but we struggle with them.
It's a tough game.
They are tough.
That boggles my mind.
That's to us. That's the Atlanta Thrashers.
Mhm.
We destroy them every time, and Florida we play tough against Florida.
Right.
Mind
I don't know what it is, but I mean that was hard fought, tough game, and then you jump into division game with the New Jersey Devils coming
Another
into
team we always seem to struggle with.
Of
we
course,
whooped their ass
yeah.
last time we played them earlier in the
but
year.
still,
We did kick their ass.
Yeah, but still, it's the Devils, it's the Flyers, it's a rivalry, and
It's division. You
It's
take
the
it out,
division.
take it out the window, take everything out the window, and just see what's gonna happen. And it definitely with the point streak and the win streak we had going, luck is on your side somewhat. You have everything for you. Last night, not joking around, I'm pretty sure the Flyers hit 9 posts.
Right.
So
that's from what I understand.
Just,
yeah.
I mean, literally, it was like a 12-round
And
boxing round.
They
You just
had a
heard the
goal
ding.
disallowed too, right?
Yeah, and that was tough because the goalie was 3 feet outside the paint, but JVR, who's back, hit his glove.
Was it the right call?
I don't know because I don't know what's considered what is allowed because the goalie was well outside the paint, way outside the paint.
And from what I
but
understand,
JVR hit him. He hit his glove. He stopped him from making a goal. But I think it's now if you just touch the goalie, no matter where he is on the ice,
right?
It's goalie interference,
Right.
Because it's supposed to be in the goalie's paint is his.
Mm-hmm.
He's 2-3 feet outside of it. I guess you can still count that as goalie interference.
I don't know.
But I don't know. That would have been
and
nice.
from what I
'cause it was
understand-
5 seconds into that power play.
Yeah, Wayne Simmons also missed on a breakaway, or and he had
When
a chance for an empty net.
They pulled the goalie. Somehow, somebody got back in net because their goaltender went to try and score. It looked like on us with our empty net, and Simmons just I don't know. Somehow one little stick got in that shot and stopped it. But it was just it's luck because I mean literally they hit 9 posts last night.
Right.
It was every time you shot the puck, you heard a ting, and it was like you got to be kidding me. So they've lost everything. They've lost momentum. They lost luck. They don't have stuff going for them right now.
And their goaltender.
Again.
And
here it is. It's the revolving door of goaltenders.
You saw the second he went, but that's what it was. It was Flyers peppered the goalie. Good shot, post after post. Jersey gets the puck, goes right down the ice, puts it in our net. And it was just
That's
like you got to be kidding me. Like we're back on this again.
Yeah, it's Mr. Elliott. He's Mr. Softy.
Yeah, well, it was a wraparound one that I guess I don't even know. He pulled something. It says 2 weeks he's out for, but
let's hope it's the rest of the season. I just think he's.
I don't want to say that. I mean, I like Picard when he filled in for him. He played well. He played. I just.
Yeah, but he's not the answer either.
Oh no.
He's
He
a
was
stopgap.
the middle of the road. Everything is just waiting for Carter Hart. Give him another year, hopefully, and he'll be good to come up here, good to go.
My problem is they called up Alex Lyon. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Alex Lyon, but I think I'd rather see Stoley.
I don't understand. They must not have any faith in Stoley.
Where is Stoley right now? Is he still on loan to somebody else?
I think he's playing for the Phantoms.
Is he?
He may be the
I thought
backup.
it was Lyon and Hart playing for the Phantoms.
I don't know. I don't know where Stoli may just be sitting
I
at home.
I thought Stoli was on loan, and that's the only reason why I can think they didn't bring him up, because he's on loan to, like, I don't know, Medicine Hat or something.
Because he just a couple weeks ago he filled in for us. So I don't know. I'm not sure where he is or what his deal is, but it almost seems like they have no faith in him whatsoever.
And Stolars.
And Stolars.
Okay.
Because they don't. I thought he played well up here, but I guess not.
And you know what's funny? How can you say you have no faith in this goal when you're starting a piece of junk like Elliott or Neuwirth?
Neuwirth's the one that we hope he should never be in a Flyers uniform for the rest of the year.
I've been saying this for 2 years. We got 2 shit goalies. I've been saying this for 4 years with Mason. We got shit goalies.
I like Mason and Elliott were the same thing. I don't think they were shit. They
No, I
weren't.
think they were shit.
They weren't. You know, you don't find the crazy number ones that there used to be. 10 years ago. I don't.
Well, you know what?
It's just we got to ride with Picard now and see what happens.
I don't need an A+. I'll take an A-. And that
think-
ain't either one of our goalies either.
We need some luck to swing back our way just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it was just that night. It was post after post after post, after post after post after. It was 12 rounds of boxing. You heard the ding after every round.
According to the guy in the Titanic, a real man makes his own luck.
That's right. Great movie. And according to the Phantoms website, Stollards is still a Phantom.
He's still a Phantom. Did it say what
Okay.
his record is?
No, try and pull it up. It's
So they got 3 goalies down there then. Just like we have 3 goalies up here. But I hope to see Neuwirth never again. Elliott, through that streak we had going, he was playing great. The whole team turned everything around.
But let me ask you something. When he was playing great, didn't you just know he was going to get hurt?
Oh yeah, that's been all of our goaltenders. Every time they're in net, you were just waiting for it.
That's my problem.
But the problem,
you know that this goalie's going to get hurt. You know that all your goalies are going to go down.
The problem,
they're going to give you a great week, and then
I
boom.
didn't have any concern there because it was just a team. They were playing well. It didn't really matter what they put in that net. And
sure, it matters, Nick. It always matters.
Picard answered that though. He filled right in where Elliott broke down at.
But he was a Band-Aid. You know he's not your number one goal.
He's not now.
Shouldn't be.
Yeah, he's going to have to be now.
Yeah, now he
for
is.
At least 2 weeks.
For a while.
2-3 weeks. If
like
Elliott doesn't injure himself,
I'm hoping that
warming up again.
Brian Elliott injures himself combing his hair and calls it a career.
Nah, I don't want to.
Because that's
I don't
want
to see that. I liked Elliott. He helped us get to the playoffs last year.
I think he's crap.
I'm not saying he's a great goaltender. I just
Good,
think
'cause he's not.
He's decent.
I can't even give you decent.
He's decent. They're not gonna. They don't go out and find.
Can't give you decent.
They're trying to groom a goaltender in the Phantoms, and that's all they're looking for.
And all they're playing right now is revolving goaltender. They're like, let's stick somebody in there and see if he can get hot enough to keep him in this season.
And that's what sucks about this team because they do this every year. It's revolving goaltender. Every year.
The only time I remember where there wasn't really a revolving goaltender was like Robert Ashe, where it was Robert Ashe, and that was it. You didn't have 3 goalies in the wings ready to go.
You know what?
No, hold on. The last revolving, non-revolving goaltender. Oh no, actually no, because Pelle Lindbergh revolved through the windshield. Ooh.
Is that? Wow, you got to go that direction.
Wow. Oh, that was 33 years ago. Holy shit.
But I
think the last time was actually Brizgalov and Bob. They pulled Brizgalov because he wasn't there, and Bob rode the rest of the season out. They knew right then and there.
Bob we got rid of.
Not while he was still on the team though. He was the starting goalie, even with Brizgalov there. But they had to keep Brizgalov because they signed him a 9-year, $51 million deal. Thank you, Paul Holmgren. You idiot.
That's why I think the Phillies may be forked.
Right, but that's the last time he didn't.
But even that was still kind of back and forth.
But since then, it's been just a
revolving door.
Hey, next guy up because this guy sucks or he's hurt.
And even that's what Mason said. He's like, I don't want to be in that revolving door.
But he was because he was part of it, and he wasn't good enough to keep the job.
Right.
If he was good enough to keep the job, he'd still be here.
I don't think it had anything to do with good enough because they replaced him with his twin in Brian Elliott.
And what's he doing now?
So it's just they needed a different. He played for Winnipeg last year.
I think he starts at Lake Winnipesaukee.
Oh.
Yeah.
But,
Mystery Alaska?
Yeah. He's in Flin Flan, Manitoba.
Flyers need to make their own luck, do something, and turn this around. They take on Tampa Bay tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
I believe
Let's
so.
see.
And
Tampa Bay is always a good team.
I got to be honest. To me, the Flyers are getting a pass until they get a good goalie. I'm honestly not expecting anything. I'm not expecting anything from them until they get a goalie that's going to stop the puck consistently, and they don't have that right now.
They're not going to have that.
And they're not going to have it until Hart comes up. That's my thing. Or Stoley.
Right.
I'd rather see Stolars.
I want to see Stolars. I like them.
Yep,
I mean, I didn't mind
Well,
lying.
Well, hold on. The organization, who should know what their talent is, somehow or another doesn't have faith in Stolars. Why do we have faith in Stoley, the goalie?
Because we don't know. We don't see him every day. These guys do.
Well, I like.
So again, the organization
something's off.
So it sees that, you know what? He's not good enough. Why do we think that Stoley, the goalie?
We don't,
Good enough?
but you know what?
Well, the 5 times I've seen him in a Flyers uniform, I thought he looked good.
And I wouldn't witness it for myself. I want to be able to form my own
So
opinion.
go down to Lehigh Valley, which is 3 hours away.
Yeah, I'm not there.
Actually, it's only an hour.
Where's
only,
Lehigh Valley?
It's only about an hour and a half.
Uh-huh.
It's right up the extension.
And then you can go ask the Phantoms, hey, could you start Stoley tonight? And let's see what he looks like.
No, see, I wouldn't do that. I would go and say, start Carter Hart. I got to know what this kid is.
Maybe that's what they're doing now.
Which is,
Why-
you know what? If that's
you know
what
they're not
doing,
starting Lyon.
Hour and 17 minutes.
There you go. Told you. If that's what they're doing, then I'm on board with that. If they're saying, hey, you know what, Stoley, you're going to ride the pine because we got to see what we know what you can do. We got to see what Carter Hart can do.
Right.
I'm on board with that.
And you know he's disgruntled because that came out before, right? That Stoley, the goalie, was disgruntled with the goaltending situation.
Because he
Well,
should have been up before.
There's
and
3
got
goaltenders,
overpassed.
and then we
Ahead
went
of
and pick
him.
up Picard, and we keep we have 6 or 7 goaltenders in our possession right now. That's
Right.
That's a problem.
And none of them can play, apparently.
But yet you
Or-
still want
or-
to see Stoley, the goalie.
Or none of them get the chance to play.
Right.
Whereas we keep flipping between Norvork and Elliott and Norvork and Elliott. Now you go get Picard, but we had Lyon and Stolars.
And I want, like I
we
said,
shouldn't have 6, 7 goalies in our possession.
I just want to see Stolars play because I've only seen him play a few times, and I
liked
want to
what
know
I
what
saw.
he is.
Right.
You know
Right,
what?
granted.
That way, you know, if he is bad, I can say, okay, it's time for him to go too.
Picard must
you
have just been a veteran. You
Follow
need-
Elliott and Neuwirth and Picard and Lyon and get the fuck out.
This is true.
Here comes
So,
Carter
sure,
Hart.
so you want to see him. You want to see how good
I
he
gotta
is.
see him
he
play.
just
Well,
wants to blast them. So you suck too.
If that's the case, then I will blast him.
Well, you know who else you have to see? You have to see to find out if they're good.
Who?
My nephew
I knew
Chris
this
and his
was
band, Snakes and Vultures. They'll be live November 30th at the Tusk in South Philly. on
Did we
South
get
There
that
you
check
go.
from last time?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
Okay, listen, next week.
Matter of fact, while you're talking, we'll play one of his songs off the new Snakes and Vultures
next
EP.
week.
What's this plot number here do?
There will not be a show next week.
What?
There will not be a show next
Why
week.
not?
Because someone is in Massachusetts, right? Next Friday, Black Friday.
Yes.
And someone else may be in Lehigh. Me. So there'll only be just you, unless you want to do it with Zach. I don't know how Zach will get here.
I'll get a couple stuffed animals in here.
That's fair enough. Then you can do it all alone.
What's your
okay?
opinion, Sean?
So
He's gotta go.
It really is Nikki's Joy Buzzer then.
Yeah.
Keep going. Like he's not even listening to you. He would have chimed in if he was listening.
Oh, yeah.
Jerk.
So that's it for the
That's
Joy
it for the
Buzzer
Joy
this week.
Buzzer this week. Nikki Cola.
Yes, I'm here.
It's
Always.
the Gator Rob C.
All right, folks. Have a great holiday.
I am the commissioner. On behalf of the Joy Buzzer, I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Nick, take us out.
Snakes and Vultures.
Across the pillow, human beings lost their grip for freedom.